So g'day, it's Shane here from Lonely Grape TV, and welcome to the part 2 of the tasting of the Darrenberg Custodian 2002 The Soils release. 3 wines from 3 different soil types from the McLaren Vale region. In case you didn't see it, we tried the 2002 Custodian Loam, which is Grenache based of course. So we tried that last week, and so we'll go straight into the wanky thing of trying the other 2 wines. So the first one is Deep Sand. I did go through an explanation about the different soil types in the previous episode, and I'll leave you to go back to that episode to get an understanding of those different soil types. Today we're just going to taste the wine. So, the Custodian 2002 Deep Sand. By the way, this pack was released at $60, so that's $20 each. It was the same price as the original release 4 years ago. Wouldn't surprise me if this is already sold out, mind you. Okay, on the nose, very lovely lifted nose. There's some floral aspects there. There's definitely some oak infusion and the red fruits that you would expect from particularly McLaren Vale Grenache. This is from the sub-region of Blewett Springs, and as you would expect from Blewett Springs, these region wines have a peatiness to it, and you can just get a little bit of that peatiness coming through. The reason for that is the sand is actually sitting on a very large layer of peat, is my understanding, or the way it's been explained to me. There's an ever so slight tingle on the back of the nose, so I don't think this wine is lacking in alcohol. It actually has on here that it's 15% alcohol. Let's try it. That is a different wine from the previous one. Red fruits, lovely red fruits. It's a bit bigger, this wine, and that was expected because the previous wine I talked about having larger berry types coming through from this soil, and the larger berries create less flavour as such because you get a lot from the skin. Oh, that really is an infusion in the mouth there. Yes, there's those oak characters starting to develop well, actually developed very well in with the fruit. I mentioned that slight perfuminess and that real peaty aftertaste. There's no hint of bitterness from the alcohol, but a much bigger wine. There's like, I think the best way to describe it is there's like layers of complexity there. You get a bit of fruit, that red fruit when it first hits the palate, but then everything just molds in together. All those characters just mold in together, and that is a lovely wine. I agree again wholeheartedly that this wine is drinking beautifully now, and is just a great exponent of what McLaren Vale Grenache can do, and also what Blewett Springs can do. The sub-region of Blewett Springs can be maligned at different times, but very, very nice wine, and highly enjoyable. Now the third one, sand on clay, so a thin sand layer on quite thick clay from McLaren Flat. So the 2002 Custodian again. Now this is, by reading the back label, the biggest of the three wines. So let's do the thanky thing to try it. Very different nose from the other two, extremely different. Not as much complexity as the other two on the nose. There's a little bit of what I call the aged smell coming through, so it's losing the fruit characters. Yeah, it's just a little bit light on the nose. Let's give it a try. Not light on the palate at all. That is definitely the bigger of the three wines. There's a lot more tannin in there. And I say tannin, but in a good way. There's some magnificent tannin structure there. It creates a wonderful finish on the wine. You start with the fruit, and there is fruit there, unlike what you could smell on the nose. There's some really nice fruit. Again, a little bit floral, maybe even a little bit of citrusy coming through, which I thought was very different. Almost like there was a small component of Nebbiolo, say, put in the wine, which is not, but trying to give you paint a picture. And yeah, really nice finish. That tannin is really there, the acid's really there. Lovely wine. Yeah, see that nose is opening up a little bit there. These wines have been open just over an hour, so maybe not long enough considering the age of the wines, and maybe they will improve in terms of some of this wine may improve with the aromas with it being left open for a bit longer. Now, I normally talk about food with wine. What I would say is these wines are really interesting put side by side. I've seriously enjoyed this tasting and being able to try those three wines. They are lovely wines. They are ready to drink now, so if you can get your hands on this 3-pack, and it's a lovely price at $60, at $20 a bottle, it's an absolute bargain, I believe. And you know, that's the beginnings of a dinner party. Get some people together, have some you know, red meat based dishes, maybe even 3 dishes along the lines of trying to match the flavours that I've described, but red meat based, lovely wines, and an opportunity for a few of us wine wankers to get together and maybe talk about the wine. So if you've got some friends that like their wines, this would be a great way to put together a structure around a dinner party. Look, that's all we have time for on Grape TV today. Hope you've had as much enjoyment as I have had from this tasting, and I look forward to seeing you soon. And remember, thank you for helping me bring McLaren Vale wines to the world.